My name is Anastasia. I am 29 years old. 10 years ago, I lived in a small village. I was only 19 years old. I was young and naive. There was a boy in the village. His name was Watson. Watson was rich and handsome. He had a nice car, expensive clothes, and a gold watch. Many girls liked him and wanted to be with him. I liked him too. At that time, Watson was 22 years old. He was older than me, but I didn't care. I loved him. I thought he was kind and good, but people said bad things about him. They said Watson was not a good person. They said he drank too much, lived a wild life, and most people in the village did not like him. My mother said, "Watson is not a good boy. Stay away from him." My aunt said, "He is trouble." But I did not listen to them. I loved him so much. I thought they misunderstood him. One Friday night, there was a dance party in our village. My friends and I wanted to go, but my mother didn't want me to go. She said it was not safe, but I begged her, "Please, Mom, I will stay with my friends," I said. She agreed, but was worried. Watson came too. He looked at me and smiled. My heart was beating fast. Watson asked me to dance. I was so happy. We danced together. During the slow songs, he held my hand. During the breaks, we talked. He made me laugh. When the party ended, Watson said, "Let's go for a drive." I was excited. I said, "Okay." Watson had a nice car. Everyone in the village knew about it. We drove around the village. It was quiet and dark. The stars were shining. I felt happy. But then Watson drove to a lonely place. There were no lights. There were no people. Watson stopped the car. He looked at me. He came closer. He tried to kiss me. I said, "No, Watson, I want to go home." But Watson didn't listen. He grabbed my hand. He touched me. I pushed him away. "Stop, Watson!" I shouted. But he got angry. "You are boring," he said. He opened the car door and pushed me out. I was alone. It was dark and cold. I was scared. My house was far. I began walking. My feet hurt. My shoes were not good for walking. I walked 3 kilometers in the dark. When I got home, I was tired. My feet had blisters. I sat on my bed and cried. My heart was broken. I loved Watson, but he didn't care about me. The next day, I told my friends. They said, "Watson is always like this. He did the same to us." I asked, "Why didn't you warn me?" They said, "Everyone knows. We thought you knew too." I learned an important lesson that night. I became stronger. I stopped thinking about Watson. 2 years later, I moved to the city. I worked hard. I built a good life. Now I am 29 years old. I am married. I am happy. I am waiting for my first baby. Watson is still the same. My friends told me he drinks too much. He had 2 bad marriages. His wives left him. I feel lucky. My life is good. I believe everything happens for a reason. I think about that night sometimes. It was hard, but it made me strong. When I was 21 years old, I moved to the city. I worked in a small bookstore. Every day I walked to work. I liked my job. I liked the smell of books. I liked talking to people. One day it started raining. I did not have an umbrella. I stood under a tree, waiting for the rain to stop. Suddenly, a man came to me. He had a big white umbrella. "Do you need help?" he asked. I looked at him. He was tall and kind. He smiled. I nodded. "Yes, thank you," I said. He walked with me to the bookstore. His name was Stanley. He worked in an office nearby. "Can I see you again?" he asked before he left. I smiled and said, "Maybe." The next day, Stanley came to the bookstore. He bought a book. Then he bought another book the next day. Soon, he came every day. We talked about books, movies, and life. Stanley was funny. He made me laugh. Slowly, I began to like him. One day he asked, "Do you want to go for coffee?" I said yes. We went to a small cafe near the bookstore. It was nice. Stanley told me about his family. He had a younger sister. He loved her very much. He wanted to travel the world. He had big dreams. I told him about my family too. I was an only child. My parents lived far away. I missed them sometimes. We started meeting often. We went to the park, to the movies, and to the museum. I was happy. But then one day, Stanley stopped coming to the bookstore. I waited for him. A week passed, then 2 weeks. I felt sad. "Where is he?" I asked myself. I wanted to call him, but I didn't have his number. I thought maybe he was like Watson. Maybe I was just his time pass. Perhaps he got bored of me and found someone else. Maybe I will never find true love. One evening it began raining again. I walked home, feeling lonely. Suddenly I saw a white umbrella. It was Stanley. He was waiting for me outside my building. My heart jumped. "Where were you?" I asked. "I'm sorry," he said. "I had to visit my sister. She was sick." I smiled. "I'm happy you're back." "I missed you," I said. Stanley held the umbrella over me. "Let's go for a walk," he said. We walked in the rain. The streets were wet. The city lights sparkled. I felt warm inside. After that, we spent more time together. He was kind and patient. Then one day, Stanley held my hand. He looked into my eyes and said, "I love you, Anastasia. I want to spend my life with you. Will you marry me?" I smiled. My eyes were full of tears. I said, "Yes." Stanley made me believe in love. Years passed. Stanley and I are married. We have been together for 8 years. And now we're going to become parents soon. We live in a small house with a garden. Sometimes when it rains, we take our white umbrella and go for a walk. I think about the day we met. Life is full of surprises. Sometimes the people we love are not good for us, but life gives us a second chance. Be patient. True love will find you. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.